if driving delivery for Domino's has taught me anything, it's that no matter what the circumstances are, no matter what the economy looks like, people are always going to eat out. As Americans, we are hooked, man. We want that convenience. We want that food, and we want it now. We don't want to go over to that stove. We don't even want to put shit in the microwave most time. We want that stuff to be delivered to our door, and we are willing to pay for the privilege. It is amazing to me how many orders we get in our small town, considering if you were to look on the news and just take stock of what you think is happening in the world economically, you would think that people are quite literally everywhere starving. Now, I'm not saying that that's not happening in some places. I'm sure it is. But in my small town, this is not a rich town, right? This is not a wealthy town. This is just a normal working class town. And yet, every single day, regardless of the time, there's somebody ordering pizza. And when I first started, I thought to myself, how is it possible? If everyone is starving out here, if the world is in dire straits like everyone tells me it is, how is it possible that we can afford to eat out? And then I came across the answer. We can. We just don't give a fuck. We are so used to just supplementing what we don't have with debt and saying, man, we'll worry about it tomorrow, that we are in full fuck it mode. We don't care. And while that's bad for the overall outlook of the world, it's been great for me. I'll be honest. I have, in no uncertain terms, I have benefited from people's laziness. As a delivery driver, that is essentially what's happening. You are taking people food who don't want to move. Now, in some cases, they might be being responsible. Maybe you had some drinks tonight and you didn't have any food. But, you could also say, hey, you could have, if you're going to drink tonight, you probably could have planned that ahead of time, right? But see, every single time you are deliberately benefiting from someone saying, I'd rather convenience than the money I have in my pocket. And it's just an interesting world that we live in. It's just interesting to think about how, in order for a lot of the jobs that most of us have to continue to be fruitful, especially, I'm specifically talking about food service here, people have to be willing to say to themselves, I am going to not do what's in my best financial interest and continue to consume at a level that is not sustainable for me. Because if you didn't continue to do that, most people in the food industry wouldn't have jobs. So it's this weird sort of yin and yang, because like in a perfect world, you would think to yourself, it would be great if everyone did the right thing, did what was best for them. But if that happens, the world would have to look very, very different. I've said in a prior video, long time ago, that the world we live in is in a large part sustained by debt. This world can't look the way it currently looks if everyone was responsible. So many industries just couldn't exist because they prey on our ability to depart from our realities. And there's nothing more that paints that picture better than when I go out on a delivery and you see people of all shapes, sizes, financial statuses. I mean, I've delivered to people who quite honestly, I would assume might be homeless. Like you would think that if you were in such straits that you were concerned about where you're going to live, there's no way that you could order pizza, but it happens. And I'm not making a determination on those people. I'm not saying they're good or bad. I'm just saying this is the reality we live in, y'all. That in today's day and age, if you decide you want to make more money, you can just go out and do it, because there's always going to be someone who's willing to spend. Always. If convenience is high enough and people's frustrations with their lives are high enough, which they always are, there's always somebody who's unhappy and would rather the convenient route. They will always be willing to part with their cash in order to have the things they want immediately instead of taking the long path. Always. Always. And I'm not saying I'm immune from it. I'm just saying I think it's interesting how that is so readily available for anyone, because it really tells you two things. One, our world is dependent on the majority of us doing poorly. That's just the reality. If everyone was great with money, no one would really be great with money. And two, at any point, you could be one of the others. And what I mean by that is you can decide, I'm going to be one of the few people who is not going to do this, or at least I'm not going to do it at a level that's going to cause me financial heartache, right? And immediately with that decision, you would become one of the top 5% of people in your age bracket for when it comes to saving and investing. If you just took the money that most people spend eating out every week, and invested that, you would immediately become in the top percentile of whatever age bracket that you're in, because nobody else is doing that. I guarantee you, the exact same people who tell you, I'm living paycheck to paycheck, it's hard out here, I can't eat, all of those people have eaten out more than me in the last year. Guarantee you. And that's what's so insane. It's insane that this world can produce a scenario where people can simultaneously not pay rent, but eat out. Ain't that some shit? I've never seen it visually so drawn out for me than when I deliver food. Because what it shows me again is, no matter what, convenience will always be on the top 3 on people's priority list. Sometimes even over their ability to feed themselves. If it's a matter of, hey, can I pay rent, or am I gonna order this pizza? Shit, sometimes the pizza wins. And listen, I ain't mad at you. Just understand that's a choice. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later.